This is a sewer rat. It's disgusting, it's ugly, it carries diseases, and humanity has always tried to get rid of these little creatures. For example, it set traps on autocats, which are now too fat to catch rats. But fortunately, the Land of Freedom has found a way for you to put number 12 pellets in your 9MA, eh? And this cute little sewer creature can tell the creator how not to annoy humans. Jokes aside, today we're trying out these fantastic, extremely interesting, and incredibly rare pellet cartridges for the 9mm. It's not something you see very often, and the actual use of this type of ammunition is quite serious. In America, they're often called rat shot or snake shot, precisely because they're used to kill small pests, like rats can be, or for example, snakes. Especially with snakes, always, maybe if you have to hunt them, there's the right condition. Maybe they are poisonous snakes and so on. So many companies for a long time now have found a way to take pistol calibers, the weapon that many people often have, especially overseas, and equip it with number 12 pellets. They are actually extremely small pellets. Let's take a closer look at how this ammunition is made, and then of course we'll try it out up close. These packages aren't anything special. Let's see, no, let's try to remove it. Nothing, let's try to cut it here. Here we are. Let's see how to open this package. Besides, they cost a lot of money, because from the list, these 10 shots and the little armory that I went less. Then a small discount was made, but they cost 26 euros. They are aluminum casings. Among other things, they make a nice microphone, a nice sound, because obviously they contain number 12 pellets. Among other things, they are tiny. They are like 1mm pellets. They are aluminum casings. And the CCI website very openly says two things about these one ammunition. Do not attempt to reload them for any reason, because they are not casings suitable for reloading. They risk breaking. And then if you load them with a real charge, they risk breaking everything in the firearm, also because the charge is suitable for what they are launching. Secondly, could they fail to rearm your gun? Today, we are using my Fabrique Nationale 509, of which you will soon have a full review because I am really in love with it. Let's try a few shots here. One doesn't exactly go around with the magazine full of these weapons. Now we put the rat at a certain distance, let's say 5 meters. Let's see what it can do if it has a good spread at 5 meters. Let's also see what the maximum range of these bullets is. We are about 3 meters from the rat. What is the natural reaction when you see a rat? Okay, among other things, it has rearmed to my supreme surprise. Also because the CCI site said that it probably would not rearm, instead the reality. The blow was stronger than I expected. Let's see the effects on the target. Just a moment, we are already at a really significant dispersion, even at this short distance. By the way, look at the dregs here. Suddenly, though, many small pellets have hit this beast. Now, whether it would have died, I have no idea. But I would say that at this distances, even without aiming too much, it's quite easy to hit something like this, even if it moves quite fast. I would be curious, for example, to try from a greater distance. We don't have a way to move the target, nor do we have a real guinea pig to experiment on, so we have to improvise a bit. But I would tell you, I'm very surprised. I honestly expected a fart all of a sudden. Instead, it's very strong. It rearmed the weapon very well, very well, very well. Let's extend the distance. Now that plate and that paper target are about 20 meters away. At this moment, I shoot 1-2 shots at the plate. We want to hear if the effect of these very small pellets is felt, which, by the way, 3 meters are quite impressive, but for physics, they will lose their speed very quickly. If it hits well on the plate, or anyway, after shooting on the plate, we also try on the paper to see if they arrive. They have a gigantic dispersion. The fact that the barrel is rifled on this weapon causes, due to the effect of centrifugal force, in a few words, a greater dispersion of these shots. When people imagine in video games the dispersion of smoothbore rifles, this is actually the smoothbore rifles are pellet. They are much more concentrated and precise than one imagines. This no, but let's see. The plate is there, the shot is in the barrel. I literally heard nothing. I don't know if it even arrived. Try the 2 shots on the paper so we see the effect. Okay, the weapon is unloaded. Let's go see. Come. Obviously not the pocket here. We can also count here, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. I think we can. In my opinion, we can ascertain that from 20 meters, I'm not saying you can stay at the end of the firing line, but it's not from 20 meters. Practically nothing arrives from 20 meters. It was already a fairly significant sign when the plate made no noise. You saw very few marks on it. I'm interested in trying an intermediate distance. I don't know whether to take advantage of this puddle. What do you think? Let's shoot the puddle from about 10 meters and see what happens. We are very scientific about the shooting story. About 10 meters away from us, there is a puddle. A very scientific method to test this thing. Since absolutely nothing arrives at 20 meters, let's see if we still have our rat at these 7 meters. But we have already shot at it, so we don't know. We couldn't distinguish the shots. Let's see. We have 2. We shoot 2. Okay, from 10 meters, it's quite significant. I think it loses a lot of speed between 10 and 20 meters. Honestly, they are practically 1 millimeter pellets. They are very, 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 very light. For purposes like any kind of defense against larger animals, I don't think they have a great effect. I would be surprised to see what the actual effects are on rats from a distance of 3 meters for which they are intended. Because I repeat, I'm really surprised that this weapon rearms. And honestly, you don't often get many chances to try out pellet shots. In a 9mm, someone might think that such shots could also be a gardening device. Do you like flowers? Not me. I would cut flower changes. I would put a very smelly gunpowder factory for how much it costs. Now he has not rearmed okay, and now he is not left. Moreover, it's definitely interesting. I dare say they literally have no other use. If I'm not shooting at rats, what? I'm not sure it's legal in Italy, but I don't think shooting rats with your 9x-19 is allowed there. But maybe those who live in the countryside, the police know nothing. It's not even used in the shooting range. Honestly, if not, here's the factor. Smile for 2 or 3 shots. Like every person who grew up in Rome, everyone knows that the pantecana is the #1 enemy of the Roman. It slows things down and brings smiles when you see them coming out of manholes in the gloom and these things here. To this extreme evil for a very long time, generations have tried to solve with cat traps that, I repeat, are too fat these days to do anything. But maybe the Americans were right from the start. Thank you all for watching this video. As always, remember that you are the ones who make these videos, like those with subscriptions and t-shirts allow you to purchase these wonderful, wonderful ammunition. To do these tests, the rats have been very warned. And so also the rats and everyone. You need to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, because for me, as a content creator, it helps a lot. Today from the Syria field where we did this test. That's all. As always, see you next. Tunopero.